Do you know this? I don't even know this.
I have 115.
Because I don't care about this. All right. So we're talking about YouTube. So our first question is, we'll zoom in. Find the x and y intercepts. They're given an equation, and we talked about how when we did the definitions for x and y intercepts, I added at the end of the definition, and y is 0 for the x-intercept, and x is 0 for the y-intercept. So whatever intercept you're looking for, the opposite or the other letter is the one you make 0. So there's only x and y. So if you're finding the x-intercept, the other letter is y, and that's the one that's 0. And if we're looking for the y-intercept, the other letter is x, and that's the one you make 0. It's kind of easy. So here's our equation. We need to plug in 0 for the y here, and we've done that. Well, what is x plus 0? Just x. This is gone. So it's x is 18. That one was super easy. We already have the x-intercept. At the end, when you do the little bit of work we got to do, the letter that's remaining is the intercept you found. X-intercept, we have an x at the end. That's it. So you would put that answer right there. Let's go over here. Some of these require a little bit. This one's easy enough that I don't think it will. Set x equal to 0. So 0 plus y equals 18. This one is the easiest they get. You don't have to really do a whole lot of work. So we got lucky on the draw.
Wait.
Yes.
You do 18 times 0 for x.
No, it's a plus in between them.
Oh, you add it?
This one we got dumb luck. It's just x plus 0 and y plus 0 on the equations. So they were already solved for you basically on this one. This is the first one I've seen that was that easy. So those are the 2 points. That's why we got 18s for both. It was just a super easy one. All right. Okay, for example, this one is a little bit different. It's going to require a little bit of work. Hey, Hunter. Yes.
Oh, so I was just.
Yeah, resting your eyes, I know. Holding your desk up with your forehead.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got to change our equation. Go ahead and set this all up again. This time our equation is negative 7x plus 2y equals 14. In this one it says set the y equal to 0. So to show that, we're going to have negative 7x plus 2 with a 0 there, and then 14. Okay. I'll let you guys catch up. What happens right here? What is 2 multiplied by that 0? It's 0. So if we're going to be adding 0, this is going to be 0. 0 with this negative 7x, does it do anything? No. So we really just end up having negative 7x equals 14. Yes?
Do you have to do you have to divide the 14 by the negative 7?
Other way around.
So it'd be.
We're going to divide by the negative 7. So whatever number is in front of our variable, in this case it's a negative 7, we're going to divide that on both sides. Go ahead and use your calculator to see if you can get that answer. If you don't have your calculator out, let's get that calculator out. You're up. No. You flipped it around the wrong way to the calculator. Okay, guys, do me this favor. Use the N over D button. You've got the 7 key the X inverse key, the sign key, and then above that is the N over D button. If you got negative 0.5, it's because you're just trying to divide and it doesn't work out well. If you use the N over D button, students get the answers more frequently correct. So that way you can type it in exactly like this on your calculator and it'll spit out the right answer, which should be -2. Okay, we're not all the best with fractions or equations, so use the N over D button. Yes, sir.
Can you use the button?
Can I finish this first real example here?
Yeah.
Okay. After I'm done with the second half of this example, write it back. Okay. All right. Does everybody? What key do you need to use when you're solving these? The fraction button, the N over D button. Please do it. Get in the habit of doing it, because like I'm used to teaching this course, this level course, and I found that my students really started to do better if they used that button. Okay. Let's jump to the next one. So set the x equal to 0 here. So we've got this equation, -7, parentheses, there, that's where the 0 goes, because it says so right here. Okay. Now, look, you're going to have to be able to set these up yourselves soon. So make sure you have these good, clear examples. Maybe even leave yourself a note. For example, if I'm looking for the x-intercept, then I need to tell them. That means use the other letter as 0. Add notes to the notes. Use your own words. Okay, what happens right here? What's anything multiplied times 0? 0. So if I have a 0 and I try to add it to something, doesn't it really bring anything to the table? No, it's like dating somebody that's a 0. Why would you? They're not bringing anything to the table. Maybe that was a bad analogy. So 2y is 14. 2y is 14. Okay. The operation between the 2 and y is multiplication. That's why we're going to divide by 2 here. But when we do our division, you need to use what button? N over D. Use the numerator and denominator buttons so that we can't mess it up. If you got 1 over 7, you set it up wrong. Or a decimal. It should just be 7. Okay, so the y was 7. The x was -2. I think that's what I have. And we look like we know math. All right. Do this problem on your own. One of the answers is going to be a fraction, and it's okay if you use the N over D button. It talks about having an improper fraction right here as a potential answer, so that's okay. You guys try to set this one up and do it yourself. Okay, so we worked on the next one. You're not on the camera.
Oh, okay.
And we did this. It was 2x plus 5y equals 28. Students came up. They showed the work on the smart board, and then on the whiteboard, excuse me, over there, and then we talked about it. This was the work. There was a lot of begging on my part to get a couple students to come up with their friends to do it, but they did. And then we did the answers, and they were correct. So we're going to move on to the next section. Wait, what? It is filming right now.
Get your booger hooker break.
Whoa, I don't even know what you're talking about.
This is in your hoodie.
All right, we're going back. The next section is a little easier. Now look, I can't really do this when the smart board is good, but I mean, I'll try. One thing you need to do, write yourself a note. You need to zoom this thing in. We should really be good at this, but if we don't zoom in and do stuff, then we're going to get confused.
That's what I'm saying.
Our goal is to find the slope. There's too much side conversation. I was surprised how much trouble my first block had with this one. We already know how to do it. We still were messing it up. So pay attention. Focus. You want to find a point that's exactly on the crosshairs. That intercept is not. Now, we're not drawing a line from here to here. It will give you the wrong answer. That is wrong. You need to draw the line from the up and down and then the left and right. You are drawing the stair. Don't draw the hypotenuse there. We're drawing the steps. Because we use the steps to count the slope. Now, this line is leaning this way, so it's positive, right? If it were leaning this way, it would be negative. So we have a 2/3. I would also, so if you put 2/3, it'll work. But if I'd have done it wrong, so the answer is 2/3. But here's another common mistake. Let's say I pick a point that's a good one. And you notice this is another good point, and we go all the way to there, and then all the way to there. This is not wrong, but it will not be counted right because it's not reduced. What's the up and down here? 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer here I would get would be 4/6. Mathematically, it's the same ratio. It's 2/3, but the delta method will not accept it because it's not reduced. If you do that, you don't want to do that. You want to find a point and the next nearest one. So if I pick that one, the next nearest one is right there. I would go like that, and that one could be counted as correct as a 2/3. I'm just going to jump to the solution. They picked these ones here. They got 2 and 3, and they wrote it as 2/3 in the blank. Do you understand what to do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if it's a 1, they don't count it. So let's look at a couple more examples real quick. Whoops. Look at this. If you put 1/1, they would count it wrong because that's actually a fraction 1/1 that reduces to 1. So you always want the reduced answer. Correct. I'm trying to find another example. For example, -3/1. I think they will count -3/1 incorrect because if you put -3/1 in your calculator, it reduces down to -3. They want to see the reduced answer every time. If you ever have a question of is it reduced, use the N/D button and hit enter, and that answer should be the reduced answer every time. Okay? Any questions about the slope one? All right, you have the last 35 minutes, I think, 34 minutes to do the assignment and get caught up.